Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day folks. Hope you got work off today. I did. But this time we're going to look at a game called Eco Fighters, and this was created by Capcom in, I think, 1994. At least that's what the game says. I had heard it was like late 1993, but I'm going to call it 1994. This is a great idea. As the title might suggest to you, you're fighting for the planet's health. And in this game, you're trying to save, like, various natural places, like the ocean, forests. There's, like, some evil guy that's trying to turn planets into desert wastelands, and you have to thwart his plans. And you have a ship that has an arm that can swing around you, and you can aim your fire at all directions around you. That way you shoot out of that arm, and you can hold down the fire button and let go and do a charge attack. That's the main terrorist bad guy. But, or eco-terrorist, I guess you would say. See all the destruction he does to planets. And that scientist there is the good guy. And the bad guy's name is Goyolk. Or was it Goyoki? I don't remember for sure. But, this is a great idea, but there's two-player simultaneous play. Player 1 is a guy and player 2 is a girl. You really, really need arcade-like precision on the control of the arm. If you don't have it, it's really, really, really tough. And the game gets super challenging at times because you'll need to swing that arm around quickly. We'll go ahead and get started. Here's the first stage. And he's speaking in Japanese to you with English subtitles. They are turning this planet. There's always going to be English at times, it seems. But, yeah, you will pick up these little crystals, and they can strengthen the power of your shot if you collect enough to get like a total of 20. There will be some crystals that are worth more than others, and on occasion there will be sort of mini boss guys that you'll encounter. There's a big old crystal. See, I'm charging a shot. You just hold down the button and you'll do rapid fire. There will be other items you can pick up, or power-up icons that you can pick up that'll allow you to drop bombs. They'll change the type of firepower that you have. Hey, now I've got a big old extension arm that will shoot out and cause extra damage. And this is the first boss of the game. Some of the bosses, there are safe spots that you could be at, and the boss will seemingly never reach you, or you just have to make minor moves to get out of the way when they're firing at you. Now, early on it doesn't seem that difficult, but it gets really difficult later on. And that little arm, when it's extended right in the right direction, will block out a lot of the enemy's firepower. Some, like big old lasers or missiles, might get through it. But you want to remember that can block out a lot of their firepower, and you'll want to like stay at a certain place where the shots can't hit you. And that's the end of the first level. There are a total of 8 levels, I believe. Yeah, this game gets really challenging later on. I'd never seen this in the arcades. This was suggested by YouTube user BeNice1. I just did what was it? Cyberbot's Full Metal Madness for him. Again, I hope you're enjoying 4th of July. Don't know if you bought a whole lot of fireworks. I don't really do that anymore. I don't mind watching the fireworks that other people in my neighborhood set off. I don't want to buy my own. I'm very lucky that firework noise does not bother my dog at all. It's really strange. Now I have a laser on my arm, and this boss can be super difficult. Not so much the boss itself, but all the fish that it sends after you. It'll send fish after you, and they will not leave you alone. And they will shoot at you too, and you have to block out their shots with your arm in the right place. See, now he's starting to send them after me, and there'll be a bunch of them, and they'll eventually shoot at me. It's easier to block out their shots with the big spiked ball that I used to have, but this laser causes more damage to the giant fish. You may or may not be able to completely destroy him. I was not. He just kind of stopped attacking, and I move on from him. Nope, he was not the boss. Ah, look at all those guys following me and shooting like crazy. Crap! Go away! Shit, they take a lot of shots. Ah, damn it. Oftentimes, if you're at a serious disadvantage with the shot that you have, or the arm that you have, the game will sometimes give you a better thing, like your bombs, which will fire with the fire button while you're sticking your laser arm out. And this isn't even the final boss quite yet. Well, I mean, this battleship is the boss, but you have to beat one section at a time. This level is one of the hardest ones in the game. This one's just a serious upgrade in difficulty from the first level. Ah, crap. Yeah, that sucks when that tower is spewing out all those rocks or whatever the hell that is, debris that can destroy you. And if you get destroyed by it, the game will wipe out all of its debris for you on your next life. You can get extra lives. I can't remember at what point value, but crap. I have to spin to continue. It shows this little comic book, like these comic book panels telling you, your fighter's about to crash into the earth or something. It's kind of funny. Shows him crash into like this sexy billboard, or a sexy woman on a billboard. It's kind of funny. We'll look at that a little bit later. Yeah, there are times when you are just kind of screwed and you don't have the right firepower for a certain boss or enemy, and it'll be, oh crap, I did not mean to run into the ground. Usually you can't run into the ground, but there will be some instances where you can. And here's another power-up, or another special kind of arm weapon. And I really like this one, actually. This scatters a lot of shots. And it's got a rotating fire wheel, and it can block out a lot of enemy shots. And your arm will also hurt enemies when it touches them, or outright kill them. And now here's the last part of this battleship. This is really friggin' hard. Ah, damn it, I wasn't paying attention. I think I decided maybe one last continue. I will show you snippets of the rest of the game, though. And you have to destroy that one arm there. Here, I like, for the most part, you'll be able to block out the enemy's shots. Sometimes one will still sneak through and kill you. But this is a mostly effective way to take out the boss here. And you can fire off a special attack with this one too. Just hold down the button and then release, and it'll shoot like this little fire boomerang or something at the enemy. Still didn't get me. There will be certain angles that you can fire from, or that you can stay at and still get shots on the enemy, and they won't be able to hit you. Ah, yeah, they got me there. God, is he dead yet? Come on, give me a break. Yeah, this game gets really, really hard, and there will be long, protracted battles. Just die already. Oh, thank you. Guess he heard me. That was only stage 2. My God. You will get a stage clear bonus if you did not die. I mean, if you did not have to continue. And you get a bonus for the amount of enemies that you destroyed during that level. Acid rain is falling. Yeah, Goyolk. That's his name. And we will, of course, beat the game by destroying Goyolk at the end. Like I said, most of the time there won't be a wall that you can run into and get killed, or a floor or a ceiling or whatever. But yeah, there sometimes will be. You'll have to know when you can and can't do that, or just avoid running into that. I really like this power up here. Scatters out a nice wide range of shots, plus it'll block out a lot of enemy shots, and of course destroy most small enemies that run into your arm there. But yeah, there is a dial in the arcade version, I think, that rotates your arm. And you have to really tweak the sensitivity of it in MAME to even hope to get it right, and it still wasn't perfect after I messed around with it. And now we're on train tracks here. We will, crap. We'll eventually face a train. Maybe it was on the next level? Can't remember. Oh, well, this... Yeah, this is not the train track level, sorry. This is just a bridge here. That train is on the next level. This weapon up isn't too bad. You have a nice wide arm that'll block out a lot of enemy firepower, and the rapid fire is very, very fast. Shoots out a lot of fire. Let me go back in the sky. Yeah, sometimes there'll be those guys that'll give you those weapon ups. But yeah, rotating that arm is really difficult unless you have like arcade perfect dial control. And now I have my bombs. This is the last boss of level 3. And I think I almost beat him before I died. But I will show you snippets, at least, of the rest of the levels, and I'll show you footage of me fighting the boss. I think I decided not to continue here, yeah. So you get to see all 4 panels of it. The pre-game over screen here. Yeah, he crashes into an image of a sexy woman on a billboard, and then it's game over. You put in your initials. Well, that's Eco Fighters by Capcom in 1994. Like I said, I've read that this was like late 1993, but the game says 1994. I'm gonna go with 1994. I had never seen this in arcades. It's a cool idea. Definitely interesting. But yeah, it's tough to emulate the controls for the swinging arm. The swinging arm was used earlier in a game called Boogie Wings, which was really funny, by I think it was Data East. And this is kind of similar, except you can shoot from this swinging arm. I put on invincibility at this point, and like I said, I'm gonna skip forward eventually and just show you snippets of the remaining levels. And this is stage 4, so we're almost halfway through. I definitely needed to skip forward, otherwise this video would have been like an hour long. There is the train. And this is a desert here. Ooh, look at all those crystals I can collect. I think at this point I'd pretty much gotten the maximum amount of strength of firepower. And those crystals are just basically points at this point. I do like that extending a ball, but really, yeah, I think my favorite shot is the one with the rotating fire. And yeah, it's unfair that sometimes you're put in a boss fight and you don't have the right kind of firepower, and it's going to be really tough to sneak through all the enemy shots and get to the boss and be able to shoot him. But the game kind of gives you a break if you die. It'll like give you a bomb or something that'll help. There, I've got extra shots coming out of my own ship. With the arm that shoots out like that, one disadvantage you do have is that you are a sitting duck until it comes back to you after you extend it. Enemy shots can still hit you. And this is the boss of stage 4. But I'm going to skip forward and destroy him here. Again, I hope you enjoy 4th of July, and I hope you got it off. Or that you got home early enough so that you can shoot off fireworks with your kids or whatever. I don't have kids, so it doesn't really hold all that much interest to me. Here is stage 5. The best fireworks displays are like at the coast. And my brother and my folks, my brother and maybe my dad went out to the coast. But that's alright. I'll just stay at home. I'll walk my dog around the neighborhood and we can watch the fireworks go off. Like I said, they don't bother her at all. Here's another one of those parts where the enemy shoots out all this debris, this time from a drill. And if you don't have the right weapon, you might be kind of screwed. But if you do have the right weapon, you might be able to like sit in a corner and shoot. And your shots will eventually hit the boss, or the enemy, and you can be at a safe distance. We'll skip forward and see the boss of this level. And it's a giant flying spaceship. And you'll need to destroy one part at a time of it. You'll have to move around with your arm shooting at it to find out which parts you have to destroy next, and eventually it'll break off into this small guy here, and you'll have to destroy him. And there we go. That is the end of stage 5. Yep. And again, you get points for all the enemies you shot down over the course of this stage. Boy, it got hotter than I expected today. It got really hot, trying to keep cool in the house. There is the boss. Of course, that never happened. More English. There's a laser arm, but I greatly prefer the rotating fireball arm, even though the flaming boomerang is really kind of a lame charge attack. It's just so wide and it blocks out so many shots. It's really kind of nice. And again, some of the enemies will release capsules that you can pick up, and that one gave me a bomb. Yeah, the bomb is sometimes really helpful in places where otherwise your weapon is really sucky, and it's tough to take out a boss without the bomb. But yeah, this is my favorite. Oh, I switched off. I have invincibility at this point, so I don't give a damn. There will sometimes be these guys with these shields that block your shot, and you have to really lay into them to destroy them. And now there will be a boss that is made out of this junk from the floor here. He's just this junk monster. Sometimes he has this gravitational pull, and he'll try to take you into him and destroy you. But I have invincibility, so screw you. Yeah, you'll need to shoot his heart. It's kind of hard to see him amid all the junk, but eventually you hit it enough and you'll destroy him. See how much smaller he's gotten because I've shot all this junk away. And he's not even the final boss of this level. We'll eventually get there. And he's not either. This is like a mini-boss from the first level, except he's much harder this time, and he takes a lot longer to bring down. Good gravy. Give me a break. Just die already, please. But yeah, with this weapon, your bomb might be able to make like this big explosion. depending on how many power-ups you've gotten. And again, you build up your power-up amount by collecting those crystals, and once it reaches a 20 count, then you go up a higher level of shot power. But again, I think I've totally maxed it out by this point, and the crystals are just points. I don't usually flaunt my invincibility when I'm making a YouTube video, but this game was just really taxing me at times with that stupid arm control. So I'm just like, screw that. You can't kill me, so I'm just gonna show it off. And now here is the final boss. You can shoot his chest or his head, but once you shoot him enough, he will grow a different head, a more robot-like head or something, and then he'll turn into a new enemy after that, with like a giant robot suit or something. Come on, just die already. There we go. And now, like I said, he grows the robot skeletal type of head. Very creepy. And he has a laser that he shoots out of his chest. And we'll scoot forward and I'll destroy this body. Yeah, and then you're sitting there like, yep, I guess I've destroyed him. That's the end of that level. Curse you, I underestimated you. We gotta get out of here. Well, I guess that is the end of that level. It's, I guess, at the end of stage 6, where he turns into the giant robot. Or at the end of stage 7. Okay, maybe it was just 7 stages and not 8. Go Yolk. What a dumb name. A fat pig. Yeah, I've never seen this in arcades. I hadn't heard of it until MAME came around. There was probably like a home versions of this. Maybe not. I don't know for sure. Might have showed up on the Capcom Classics type of compilation. There is a little bit of slowdown at times. But that is my favorite weapon, right there. Plus I have like homing missiles too. This is almost the last boss. This car here. I'm not good with cars at all. That's not a Thunderbird, is it? I don't freaking know. Never been good with cars. Don't know anything about them. I just know that you put in the key, you turn it, brake pedal, gas pedal, steering wheel, gear shift. That's pretty much it. Yeah, he turns into a giant robot here. I'll skip forward in a little while and just show you what it looks like to destroy him and beat the game. But yeah, I like this weapon best, or this arm best, for defensive purposes. Plus, you have a lot of shots you scatter around. And I blew him up. He blew it up real good. And now we're going to look at the end of Eco Fighters.
見事だったぞ。しかし本当に大変なのは俺からだぞ。
You'll see like a little plant starting to grow up from the dead earth, bringing hope that the planet will regain its former beauty. And you'll get to see Player 1 and Player 2. That is Eco Fighters by Capcom in 1994. Very cute, a very good idea. There's Player 1 and Player 2. And trying to emulate the arm control is a real pain in the butt. Good luck with that. It's very hard to do. The arm seems to just swing way too fast. You have to tweak it in like analog controls tab in MAME under the options list. Friggin' really hard to do. I managed to slow it down a good deal, so I was able to at least play a little bit before I wanted to cheat and put on invincibility and zip through the game as quickly as I could. And again, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you stay cool, and hope you have fun lighting off fireworks if that's your thing. It's not really mine, but it used to be. It just doesn't really appeal to me that much anymore. I'll still watch them if other people light them off. Then you put in your initials. Well, that was Eco Fighters by Capcom in 1994. Suggested by YouTube user Be Nice. Well, this is Crazy Climb Radio. Once again, wishing you a happy 4th of July. Hope you have a good one, and I will catch you later in the future with another video. Take it easy, folks. Bye-bye.